Hey everybody, it is Ryan, and I'm going to give you an overview of this right here, this Beverage refrigerator. Some would call it dorm fridge, but I'm going to call it a Beverage refrigerator because that's really what it is. I'm going to give you some measurements, and I'm going to give you a walkthrough and some of the details about this. So if you have any questions whatsoever in this video, they will be answered. Let's get into it. First thing is, yes, there is a light. Pretty cool, modern-esque. The finish on this is a black glass type. I would call it like a piano black, personally. It has a nice, clean, modern look. Let's break out the old tape measure. So from floor to the top, right to the tippy top, because there is a hinge right here, and the hinge can get switched. So if you're looking at this, depending on how the video comes across, this is opening on the left side. This hinge can be switched to this side. There's a little plug right here. You take that out. That's always really important because some of these are fixed and it goes and you're like, oh, this just doesn't fit the flow of my room and how you have it set up. Very, very important. It's just a couple screws. They go out. There's two screws that go right there. 1, 2, they come out and then you can kind of adjust the hinge. Very, very convenient. They thought of everything here. Now, one thing to take into consideration is this fridge is silent. It is currently running right now, and I don't hear anything. I don't know what technology goes into this craziness, but it doesn't make a sound. So if you're thinking of where you're gonna put this thing and you don't like to have a lot of noise, it's silent as all get out. I don't know what's going on with this. Also, if you're thinking from a capacity standpoint, they have this listed that it will hold 95 traditional cans of your favorite beverage. I don't have 95, but it's listed to hold 95 cans, 12-ounce cans of your favorite refreshment. So you should be good to go. You should be good to go when it comes to packing this thing full. So let me give you some measurements from the back to the front. You're looking at 19 inches. Now on the back side there, I'll show you here in a little bit, there's some plugs if you want to push it up against something. But the owners of this said it's best to have about 2 inches on all sides for circulation. So, you know, going back to this, you're at 19 inches, it's best to have a 21-inch deep space. You have a gap on the rear end. And then over here on the side, you're looking at 17 3/4. So add 2 inches, maybe to each side, just to get some full space around it. Again, just from a ventilation standpoint. On the bottom, it's gonna be hard to see because on the bottom here, there's a screw here and a screw here in the base. So if your floor is not too level, like this particular floor right here is not too level, I can go in there once I put it down and it's not moving. I cannot move this thing. You can adjust the height in the front here, so if you have a little wobble, boom, that's fixed. The temperature, that light doesn't have to be on, so you're like, I don't want a light in my room. You can turn that off with a click of a button. It is a LED blue, actually pretty, I kind of like that. You can see here, I'm going to bring this in a little bit closer. You can see here you have a digital display and you can adjust this up to, I believe, 7 degrees all the way down to 40 is the lowest chili factor you can get. You do have some shelves here, as you can see. You have a, let's see here, this slides out. You can see you have a clear top. It is cold per the condensation that's on there. And you have some wire racks that can actually come and slide out, as you can see there. Now you might be wondering, like I was wondering, what are your all options? So there's different shelves in here. You might be able to see here about every, I'd say, 2.5 inches, you can adjust the height to customize whether you want to have cans or bottles, wine bottles, if you like to keep the old wine chilly. And then on the bottom here, or if you want to put some additional space in there, I'll give you some measurements here again. The inside space you're looking at here at the very bottom is 14. I'm gonna round close to, on the good, 14 3/4 inch width. 14 3/4 width. Probably actually got maybe a little bit, eighth of a more of that this way. And then on the bottom rack here, the total height So if you're thinking, what can I fit in there? It's about 7 1/4 inch. This particular rack, again, I can bring this out and I can put it right here. You know, so you have some, some play, if you will. You have a total space all the way up to the bottom of this thermometer of 19 3/4 inches. So if you wanted to take these out and stand something in that way, the bottom shelf here is a little bit different because you have your compressor behind this. So the total space on the bottom right to the glass that will fit is 10 inches deep. And then the total depth, once you get up here into the deeper part, you're at 15 inches. So you have 15 inches of space here, which is roughly 15, we'll say 15 up to the thermostat here of 1.5 feet. So 15 by 1.5 feet is this whole area right here. Then you have that section right there. Very, very nice. Let me also kind of give you a little walkthrough of the sides of it. So it is all black all the way around. There's your extension cord. The extension cord, if you really want to know, is 4.5 feet. There are some buttons right here to kind of protect the compressor on the rear end. But again, it says to keep about a 2 inch, that's the recommendation. 2 inch gap, again, just for some ventilation all the way around. Now, full disclosure, this company reached out to me and said, Ryan, can you do one of your detailed reviews? Of course, I said yes, but I'm here to keep it real, so in no way whatsoever will it be provided to me affect this review. So if you're looking for a nice fridge, modern-esque, I like to say, and those measurements fit, and you like something that's in the 40 to 70 degree range, and all that fun stuff, this thing's pretty sweet. Don't forget, the door is switched if this layout doesn't work for you. Hope that helps answer any questions that you might have, and we'll talk to you soon.